Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the kitchen. In today's video, we're going to be taking grits way beyond the basics. Now if you're like me, and I can admit this, and you think that grits are just for breakfast or just supposed to be plain and buttery, think again. Today I'm going to show you some unexpected, totally delicious ways to use grits any time of the day. Whether you're cooking for one or you're just tired of the same old bowl of grits, these twists will have you seeing grits in a whole new way. So come on, let's get cooking. Recipe, I'm starting it by putting me a pot of water on the stove. I've added some salt and I'm going to add in some milk. Now I'm going to let this come to a boil. Now this has come to a boil and I'm going to go ahead and start adding my grits in. Now as I've said before, I don't measure anything when I'm cooking grits. I don't measure my water. I don't measure my grits. And this is actually the first time I have ever used milk when I was cooking grits. But we are making sweet potato grits, so I figured the milk may help with creaminess. So my grits are cooking up really nice. Now we're going to add a few more ingredients in here so we can make them sweet potato grits. Now I'm going to start by adding me some sweet potatoes. Now you can do fresh sweet potatoes, but you're going to need to cook this for a while. You can cut them in little slivers. These were frozen and I did defrost them in the microwave. So I'm just going to dump some of these in here. We're going to let those cook up just a little. That's all that's left in the bag. I'm just going to dump the rest of them in there. I'm going to add a little bit of ground ginger in. I'm also going to add a little bit of cinnamon. I'm just going to get that mixed up in there really well. If your grits start to get too thick, then you just add some more milk or some more water. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of my brown sugar. This is monk fruit sweetener. It is equivalent 1-for-1 with brown sugar. I'm going to get that mixed up in there. Now you can crush those sweet potatoes up a little bit if you want to. Make them a little smaller. Just do it however you want to do it. So you just want to let this cook, 5 to 10 minutes. I am going to give it a little bit of a taste just so I can see if it needs any seasonings. That could actually use a little bit more brown sugar and a little bit more cinnamon. And of course I can't forget to add in some butter. Gotta have butter in your grits. These are almost ready. They've been cooking somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. My sweet potatoes are nice and soft. There you go. I'm going to get some of this in a bowl and we're going to give it a taste. Okay y'all, I am trying some sweet potato grits this morning. So let's just see. I used frozen sweet potatoes that were cubed. If you use whatever you want to use. Here goes. That's good. Okay, I'm pleasantly surprised. I love sweet potatoes and I love grits. So this is definitely trying something new for me because I have never cooked my grits with milk in them. I have also never eaten grits that had sugar in it or cinnamon, any seasoning other than salt and pepper. So these have salt, ginger, cinnamon, and some brown sugar. And these are delicious. Who knew? But I'm gonna go eat my sweet potato grits. They're good. Now, as with any good grit recipe, you need to start with your grits. So, I've got me some water in this pot on the stove, and I'm going to be using some of this chicken bouillon. It's the powder. This is a teaspoon that I have now, just a long handled teaspoon. We're going to start with just a little bit of that. I'm going to whisk it in. I just want to whisk that around until it dissolves. I want these grits to have a lot of flavor today. Now I'm also going to go ahead and add some milk. Now you'll notice I'm not measuring anything. I don't normally measure when I cook grits. I'm just getting all that mixed up together. Now you want to bring this to a boil. I'm also going to go ahead and add in a little bit of black pepper. Okay, that has come to a boil, and I'm going to start adding my grits in, just a little at a time. Now, if you're following the directions on a package, you're going to know how much to put in. I just know by look and feel. Now, once you get the amount of grits in your pot that you need, you're just going to cook these. You're just going to cook these per your package directions. Now, if they start getting too thick, you can add some more broth, water, or milk. Now, I've got mine turned on low. I did taste the grits themselves just to see if there was enough salt in it, because you'll notice I did not add salt. I didn't add salt because I was using the chicken bouillon. Now, you may need to add salt to yours. I do not. I think it is going to be salty enough without me adding any extra. Now, once your grits are actually cooked, you want to add in a little bit of butter. And you want to add some white cheddar. Now, I have mine turned on low, and you see it's just bubbling in there. Now I'm just going to take it and I'm going to put a lid on it. I'm going to turn that heat off. And I'm just going to set it over here to the side. Let's get to that shrimp. Now, I always forget to tell y'all what I'm cooking. And I don't know why I do that, but I do. Some of you get highly upset with me about that. Anyway, I've got me an iron skillet back here. We are cooking shrimp and grits this morning. I told y'all that I was going to eventually try that, and today is the day. So I've got me an iron skillet back here. I'll put me some bacon grease off in there. Now, you can cook your bacon specifically for this if you want to, but I'm just cooking this just for me, so I don't want to cook a whole pack of bacon. But I'm going to start with me some bacon grease. Now I'm also going to add me 1 or 2 cubes of this garlic. We're going to go with 2. I've got some medium-sized shrimp here. Now I'm using some that was frozen that I've thawed out. And I'm just going to cook these shrimp for just a few minutes on each side. I am going to add a little salt and a little black pepper. And y'all know I like a little kick to my food sometimes, so I'm going to add me a little bit of red pepper flakes. Now you just leave those out if you don't want them. I'm just going to turn my shrimp over. It hadn't been but a couple of minutes, so they're probably not finished on that side. But I'm fixing to add another ingredient in. And I'm going to want all this shrimp to get it on both sides. So we're going to go ahead and turn it over. Now you know we're making these shrimp and grits Southern style. So I've already started with bacon grease. Now we're going in with some butter. Okay, it's been a few minutes. I'm flipping my shrimp. Okay, we're going to cook this for a few minutes on this side and they should be done. My shrimp are ready. Let's get this dished up. We've got these beautiful grits over here. Just going to stir them around. Remember we added the butter and the white cheddar. So I'm just going to pour them in this bowl right here. They're all nice and creamy. Get some of that goodness scraped out of that pan. That's where your flavor is. I'm also going to add on a few bacon bits. And some green onions. Let's go give this a taste. Okay, y'all, it's my first time ever in my whole almost 58 years and living in the South that entire time, born and raised here. I've never tried shrimp and grits, okay? Now, when I tried chicken and grits, I thought, okay, maybe I'll give the shrimp and grits a try because I didn't think that the chicken and grits would be good either, but they really are. So this smells wonderful, okay? It looks good too. So I'm going to give this a taste and I'm going to see how I like it. This is Southern shrimp and grits. Now I got to make sure I get some of everything in this bite. So I need grits and shrimp. I know there's cheese in there because it melted in there. Got to make sure I got some of those little bacon bits and some of that green onion. Okay, I think I got some of it all. Here goes. Oh, that's good. Wow. Okay, y'all. I was not expecting that to be that good. This is absolutely delicious. Wow. I've never thought to cook grits in chicken broth before. You know, I've never cooked it with milk till I started experimenting with these grits. These are so good and creamy and flavorful. Wow. This has changed my outlook on the grits, okay? There's a lot you can do with these little things. And they're very inexpensive, okay? So they're very budget friendly. Okay. For all you shrimp and grit lovers out there that have been shaking y'all's head at me this whole time, because I've never tried them. I've tried them. Guess what? I like them. So, I will be making these again. Okay? I'm going to go eat. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I I just thought it would be fun to step out of my comfort zone a little bit and go on a little grit adventure. You see, I'm used to eating my grits one way and one way only, and that's cooked in water, add some butter, salt, and pepper, eat them for breakfast. It wasn't until I tried grits with some chicken on it one day that I realized grits are so much more. They are so inexpensive and budget friendly, and they seem to stretch forever. If you don't have them on your list of pantry staples, I highly suggest you add them to it. And if you've never tried grits at all, give them a chance. I love them. I am so glad I finally tried it. I even called Keith after I finished eating and I said, hey, this is what I just cooked and ate, and you have got to try the shrimp and grits one day. He has agreed to at least give them a try. So I'm going to call that a win because Keith doesn't like change. Keith does not like to try many new foods. Whenever we cook them again for Keith to try them, they're going to be cooked a little bit different than what I cooked them today. Now the grits will be cooked the same, but he's going to cook the shrimp out on the Blackstone. We're going to do it sort of the way that we normally cook our shrimp anyway. There will be just a slight difference. So stay tuned because I am going to film that because I do want to see his reaction when he tries shrimp and grits for the very first time. So with all of that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, go give it a like, share it, and leave me a comment below. I'll see you in the next video. In this video, golly, these twists will see you have